with ample options and different career paths, and support from a global network of universities, where you will build friendships that will change your life forever and be ready to change the world. This is the future of education. Brickfields Asia College, the best brand in education.
The Sudirman Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go.
Apa tu?
Gelang. Cantik kan?
Sebelah tu?
Sebelah Ramli punya. Biasalah mak orang bercinta. Gelang.
Go budget aksi on Astro First Exclusive. Purchase on channel 480 and on demand.
Get down!
People need saving.
Why are you all smiling like crazy people?
We all make our choices.
I need you. Let's take this journey together.
It's all about the power of suggestion.
Super Rugby on Setanta Sports. All 8 ties from round 13 live, including the Chiefs face off against the Crusaders.
Looking left and right. And gets close and scores.
The Sunwolves meet the Sharks in Singapore.
Tarnica is to try.
And the Waratahs and Rebels clash in Sydney.
Hooper going for the line. It's over!
Super Rugby round 13. Watch every game on Setanta.
Come on, Team Malaysia, we'll be cheering you on. Outdo yourselves at the
trickery there once again from Lee Chong Wei.
The entire nation is behind you, Team Malaysia. Feed off our support and let us be your strength on the court. Come on!
And Malaysia have topped Group D.
All eyes and hearts will be glued to the TV come the Sudirman Cup. Malaysia boleh!
New 100 Plus Active. No fizz with added vitamins.
Why winning Game 1 was so important for the Cavs. Also, what unwanted stat has United picked up for the first time in the Premier League? And what 59-year-old record Los Blancos is looking to equal.
The two best teams in the East, 4 wins away from getting to the EB Finals.
I'm excited about us as an opportunity in the Eastern Conference Finals to go play for the big one.
We got to get ready for the defending champ. Good thing we got home court advantage.
No matter what physical game it turns into, we're ready for it.
We're going to play our way, make it tough on those guys and line up against them.
Now we're set for Game 1.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Supersport Daily. I'm Swarna. And I'm Reem. So much to get through today, including some upsets in tennis and Trivia Thursday as well. But where do we start things off today, Swarna? Well, nowhere else but Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Boston Celtics and defending champions, the Cleveland Cavaliers. It would also go down as the battle between the King and Mr. Fourth Quarter, but it was King James that was setting the tempo early on, allowed to just walk in the paint, giving the Cavaliers an 11-point lead in the first quarter. Now, he wasn't alone. Kevin Love dangerous on the inside. He'd finished with a playoff career-high 32 points and 12 rebounds. He would also help from downtown with 6 from 9 shooting, which saw the Cavs lead by as much as 26 in the first half. Now that pretty much proved to be the difference, as the Celtics star man couldn't even get it to go from the free throw line, so he sought out help from his teammates. Avery Bradley from the car park as he led Boston scoring with 21 points.
Bradley for 3.
But they just didn't have an answer for this man. 38 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists from LBJ as the Cavaliers win big, 117 to 104.
We haven't seen you in a week and a half. In a game that you never trailed, what set the tone?
Our energy and our defensive intensity. The game plan that we had, we stuck to it. You know, we had some laws in that third quarter that, as a group, we know we don't like, but the energy was there from the start.
20 of your first 23 points came in the paint. Is that what allowed you to find your offense?
Just trying to be aggressive. You know, on the road, you got to be aggressive. You can't settle from the outside, especially to start off a series. So, wanted to be aggressive. I got so many shooters out there that allows me to get driving lanes. I just try to put the pressure on the defense.
You've called game one your feel-out game. How do you feel now heading into Friday?
Yeah, it was definitely a feel-out game. You know, we kind of know what they want to get to. They kind of know what we want to get to. But, you know, after 10 days off, I didn't feel that great. But I know I feel a lot better going into game 2. You know, so I'm looking forward to the challenge.
It's important to note that the Cavs have always gone on to win the Eastern Conference Finals after winning Game 1. The good news for Boston is that Game 2 will also be at TD Garden, and it's live at 8:30 a.m. Saturday on channels 817 and 836 in HD. Which brings us nicely to Trivia Thursday. We want to know, when was the last time a team took Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final but still went on to lose the series? It has happened before. Have a think and we'll give you the answer a little later on the show. Like the Boston Celtics, the English Premier League's most successful club, Manchester United, have also fallen from grace in recent years. The Red Devils had previously never finished below 3rd under the guidance of Sir Alex Ferguson, but have not reached those heights since the legendary Scot called it a day. Current boss Jose Mourinho opting to go with Sergio Romero instead of David De Gea, and what an inspired decision that proved to be. Eric Bailly conceding the penalty in the 5th minute for a handball. However, the replays show a free kick could have been awarded as the initial contact was outside the box. Gabbiadini, who scored twice against United in the EFL Cup final, unable to beat Romero from the spot. The former Villarreal man then tried to redeem himself when he tried to break the deadlock with a brilliant solo run. But his shot was saved comfortably by Forster. On to the second half and more heroics from Romero, not once, not even twice, but 3 times the Argentinian prevented the home side from taking the lead. United's best chance of the game fell to Anthony Martial, but his shot, unfortunately, just came off the post. It could have been a lot worse for the away team had it not been for the man in between the sticks.
Sum up United, penalty save, lots of other good stops, and how important to play like you did that well with a final next week.
Yeah, for us it's very important the match today, because when we take a clean sheet, it's good for us, for defenders, for me, and for the team, because for more confidence for the final, and we expect the best for the final. No?
United's last clean sheet means that they've only conceded 29 times in the league this season. Amazingly, they've conceded more than that on 17 different occasions in the Premier League, going on to win the trophy on 10 occasions. This clearly tells us that United's problems currently lie up front, although Jose Mourinho feels a little different.
You know, you are English, you are here since you were born. I'm here already 4 plus 3, 7 years. I never saw any detail of trying to be or trying to care about the English teams involved in European competitions. I never saw that with Chelsea, I never saw that with Manchester United, I never saw that with Manchester City last year. I never saw. So I think it's just a lost battle. We have to accept the way it is, and you know, I hope the fans at Old Trafford on Sunday, they support the team, they forgive some naivety, they forgive some lack of confidence, and I hope that Big Sam shows he's a good friend, and he goes slow. He tells to Zaha to go slow. He leaves Benteke at home. I hope he goes soft on us.
United have played 14 games in all competitions since the start of April, so you can understand just why the Portuguese coach is extremely upset. The Red Devils' tally of 17 wins after 37 games is also their lowest ever in Premier League history. The second leg playoff game between Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield was tied at 0-0 after a goalless first leg. Huddersfield were looking to make club history by qualifying for the Premier League for the first time, but that became harder when Stephen Fletcher put the home side ahead with his 11th goal of the season. David Wagner's men didn't take too long to respond though. Colin Quainer's cross was turned in by Naki Wells via a deflection from Tom Lees. Wells almost got the winner in extra time with 2 minutes left on the clock, but his shot came off the side netting. So on to penalties we go. Sam Hutchinson steps up first for Sheffield, only for his attempt to be saved by Danny Ward. And then Jack Payne had the chance to inflict pain, but his attempt was also saved, which meant it was down to Wednesday's Forrest Thierry to level the scores, which he couldn't do. Huddersfield will play Reading in the final for a spot in the Premier League. It has been 45 years since Huddersfield last played top-flight football. Can they change that come May 29th at Wembley against Reading? You'll just have to tune in to find out. Over to some tennis now. It's been less than 24 hours since men's world number 1 Andy Murray was knocked out of the Rome Masters. In the women's section, Angelique Kerber is the latest top seed to make that list. Like Murray, Kerber hasn't exactly lit up the tennis world this year as world number 1. The German is yet to secure a WTA singles title this year, and that wait is due for an even longer period. Angelique Kerber had more reasons to be embarrassed compared to Sir Andy Murray's exit just hours before. The opponent who knocked her out is 21-year-old world number 68, Annette Kontaveit. Kerber started strong early in the first set. Her experience proved to be her biggest strength here, but not for long though, as Kontaveit responded midway through the set. A forehand return here proves too far-fetched for the world number 1. A close first-set victory was the closest Kerber got to the W. The Estonian swept the second set 6-love to advance to the last 16. She will face Mariana Lucic-Baroni in the next round, while Kerber will look forward to Roland Garros. Kerber not having the best of times recently with upsets inflicted on her in back-to-back tournaments.
You've got a feel for her, right? But still to come, there'll be more consistencies and records broken.
I thought there was already consistency, you know, Manchester United staying in 6th yet again.
Well, not that kind of consistency, but you'll see what I'm talking about.
We look at how this Mr. Reliable helped his team edge closer to the La Liga title after the break. Stay tuned.
Try new Veet Sensitive Touch, especially designed to remove hair from your delicate areas gently without any fear of cuts. Its different heads help trim and style with precision. Just Veet it.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's 3rd largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at malindoair.com.
Jaga adik ya. Bila badan bersih dan sihat, baru tak ada kuman.
Dettol melindungi setiap detik kehidupan.
Percuma satu bekas kuih raya di Lebaran ini.
Hey, wait, come back. This is not a commercial. It's not a commercial. Actually, it is lah. It's more than that, though. As a consumer, we always want extra perks for everything we buy. Waterproof one on this phone. Wow, slow-mo shot. Wow. You guys are serious about a demo. In most loyalty programs, when you purchase something, they reward you with either cash or points. But at Seng Heng, for every item you purchase, you get both cash and points. Double rewards. Shock, right? Oh, yo! It's the Samsung SUHD Curve TV! Hey, this TV waterproof one, ah?
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The grand finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
You're back on Daily, where there was still unfinished business in La Liga. Real Madrid visited Celta Vigo for their much-talked-about game in hand. You can sense the nerves from the touchline early in the game, but all that was put to rest when Cristiano Ronaldo popped up with a goal to savor. Now, we don't normally do this on Daily, but I'm going to try to attempt it anyway. As you can see here, Karim Benzema has pulled defenders to him. Ronaldo cleverly runs into space to receive the ball from Isco, and he's only got one thing on his mind here. Great sequence of play there. The home side tried to find their way back into the game, causing more nerves in the Madrid camp. Iago Aspas then the latest to cause a scare onto the visitors' goal, but the former Liverpool man only managed to find the side netting. Ugh. But all that was about to change. Ronaldo took over in the second half to hand his team a second in the game. He has now surpassed Jimmy Greaves' record to be the all-time top scorer in the top 5 European leagues. 368 is the lucky number. There was more misery for Celta. Their top scorer Aspas was sent off after an alleged dive in the penalty box. It finished 4-1 to Madrid. They still have a job away to Malaga in the final day of the season to seal their record 33rd league title. That means Real Madrid are on course for a double this season, and by double we mean the league title and the European Cup. Los Blancos last achieved that feat back in the 1957-58 season when Alfredo Di Stefano was killing it on the pitch. Brazil won the 1958 World Cup, and Elvis Presley was inducted into the army. What a year that must have been.
Real Madrid will have to wait till the weekend to find out if they can lift the La Liga for a record 33rd time. But Monaco knew that a win over Saint Etienne earlier in the morning would have ended their 17-year wait to lift the Ligue crown. Leonardo Jardim going with his 2 favorite men up front, and what a decision that proved to be. Just 19 minutes in, Falcao finds Mbappe to open scoring. His 15th league goal in his last 16 league starts. And just to put things into perspective, he was only a year old the last time Monaco lifted Ligue 1. The away team later on tried to spoil the party. Florentin Pogba only able to guide his header straight at Subasic. It could have gotten better for them in the second. Arnaud Nodin causing problems down the Monaco left, but once again the shot lacked the direction to beat Subasic. And with just seconds remaining on the clock, this happened.
And one last chance for Monaco at the other end. It's 3 against 2 here. Thomas Lemar's got Germain in the middle. Lemar for Germain! Monaco have done it!
Valerie Germain off the bench to grab his 11th goal of the season, which means Monaco cannot be caught going to in the final day of the season, breaking PSG's reign of Ligue 1. Amazingly, PSG's 4 title wins in a row only puts them down as France's 7th most successful club, while this latest addition to Monaco's trophy cabinet means they leapfrog Lyon into 3rd for most titles won in the French league. So you can see just why coach Leonard Jardim was ecstatic after the win.
Ouais, ça c'est mon fils, c'est un groupe magnifique. Et c'est ça, c'est la famille que maintenant arrivé le bout.
Là, on peut faire la conférence de presse là. C'est quoi les questions? Je réponds à sa place. Bien sûr qu'on est content. Vous êtes pas content? Ouais, c'est quelque chose de magnifique. C'est le travail ça. On a écouté El Tactico, c'est ça son nom. El Tactico.
Third round in Monte Carlo, second round in Madrid. Those are Stan Wawrinka's results on clay this year, but revenge was the only thing on the Swiss's mind as he opened his campaign against Benoit Paire. Remember, the Frenchman dumped him out of the Madrid Masters just last week. Despite that loss, the Swiss still had the better record, winning 8 of their 11 meetings, and it looked like Wawrinka had learned his lesson, dominating the early exchanges, making Paire do all the early running before finishing it off with a backhand winner. The Swiss took the first set 6-3, but the Frenchman showed some of the plays that led to his win over the Swiss last week before he took the second set 6-1. Wawrinka refused to be overwhelmed and came back stronger in the third, producing this forehand winner. Paire was frustrated with himself for letting the Swiss get back into the game, and his racket almost bore the brunt of his anger. But in the end, the Swiss proved to be too powerful for Paire. An unforced error from the Frenchman gave Wawrinka the win. He now goes on to meet John Isner in the next round. It was more straightforward for a Dominic Thiem against Pablo Cuevas. The Uruguayan was a bundle of nerves early on, failing to find his range with this shot. And even when he managed to hang on in the rally against the 8th seed Austrian, he couldn't hold it for long. In the end, yet another unforced error let Cuevas down. Thiem decided to take advantage of this by dominating the game, producing this forehand winner en route to taking the first set 7-6. Cuevas had to wash his face to wake up from that disastrous start, quite literally, but it did little to help the Uruguayan. He committed more of the same errors in the second set, which gave Thiem the match. The German now meets Sam Querrey in the round of 16.
It wasn't that close.
Last year's semi-finalist in Rome, Kei Nishikori had a battle on his hands against 2010 finalist David Ferrer. Going into this match, Nishikori had 9 wins over the world number 30 in 13 previous meetings. But in spite of rallies like this in the first set, the Japanese would go on to draw first blood. Nishikori continued to keep Ferrer on his toes in the second, quite literally dominating the game with some of his 22 winners. And Ferrer, well, he decided to blame the snack seller in the stands for distracting him, but it didn't seem to bother Nishikori, helped by some 27 unforced errors by Ferrer. No doubt, just like this one coming up in a bit. In the end, after less than the time Juventus took to win the Coppa Italia again, that's 90 minutes by the way, Nishikori booked a spot in the third round for a third straight year. It was an unfortunate day for Nicolas Almagro. The Spaniard lasted less than 30 minutes against 7-time Rome Masters winner Rafa Nadal, leading 3-love in the opening set before this very awkward landing signaled the end of Almagro's campaign in Rome, where he tweaked his knee, gifting Nadal an early night in and much-needed rest ahead of his meeting with Jack Sock in the third round. You can catch the 14-time Grand Slam winner in action live from Rome on SuperSport 2 after daily. We'll have more of the women's event on the show after the break. But for now, Swarna will fill you in on what else we have in store when we return. Want to find out how the world #1 man in golf is preparing for his next tournament? Then you'll just have to stay tuned because Dustin Johnson is coming up. Plus, the answer to Trivia Thursday. Have you got it yet?
Try new Veet Sensitive Touch, especially designed to remove hair from your delicate areas gently without any fear of cuts. Its different heads help trim and style with precision. Just Veet it.
Asid berlebihan tidak semestinya punca pedih hulu hati dan ketidakhadaman. Kadangkala, asid perut dan kandungan menaik lalu berkumpul di tempat salah, punca pedih dan tidak selesa. Biar saya tunjukkan cara Gaviscon bertindak dalam 3 minit. Ia bukan saja menetralkan asid berlebihan seperti antacid, tetapi juga membentuk satu lapisan pelindung yang mengekalkan asid perut dan isi kandungan di tempatnya sehingga 4 jam. Atasi pedih hulu hati dan ketidakhadaman dengan Gaviscon Double Action.
Jaga adik ya. Bila badan bersih dan sihat, baru tak ada kuman.
Dettol melindungi setiap detik kehidupan.
Percuma satu bekas kuih raya di Lebaran ini.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's third largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at melindoair.com.
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The Grand Finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
Welcome back. Sixth seed Simona Halep was in action against Laura Siegemund in her second round match in Rome. The Romanian was everywhere in the first set, making the German do all the early running, dominating the front court before claiming the point. Seeing just how effective the Romanians' play was, Siegemund took some lessons from it. She then made Halep do all the running instead. And when the time was right, a smash to finish it all. That's coming over there, but all that was to no avail. An unforced error by Siegemund gave the Romanian the match. She progresses on to meet Anastasia Pavlyuchenko next. In the last 24 hours, we found out it's never easy to be world number one. Just look at Sir Andy Murray and Angelique Kerber. Both learned it the hard way following exits from Rome. Not in golf, however, because Dustin Johnson has taken home 3 titles since becoming numero uno and is simply relishing the challenge of staying at the summits of the rankings. Speaking ahead of the AT&T Byron Nelson tournament in Texas, Johnson tells us just why he really enjoys being called the best in what he does.
You know, if I want to stay at the top, I'm going to have to, you know, continue to play very good golf. But yeah, obviously, that's where I want to be leading into the playoffs. So, you know, still got a lot of really big golf tournaments to play, and you know, I'm going to have to continue to play very well. I like it. It's, I mean, obviously, it's why I play and why I practice and why I work so hard at the sport. You know, is to be at the top. So, but finally getting there and, you know, being here for a while now, it's for me, you know, it drives me to work harder and, you know, to try to get better, you know, each and every day. So, you know, I enjoy being here.
The last 10 winners at the Byron Nelson tournament, however, is missing one name. That's the current world #1 man. Johnson has yet to leave a mark in the PGA tournament, finishing in 12th and 8th in the last 2 years, respectively, which has also seen a non-American win. Johnson will be hoping to break that duck himself when he tees off a little after noon tomorrow. So, did you figure out the answer to our Trivia Thursday?
Earlier on, we asked you when was the last time a team that took Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final went on to lose the series in the end? If you said the Indiana Pacers, give yourselves a pat on the back. It was exactly 3 seasons ago when Paul George and co. beat a LeBron James-led Miami in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Final. But their joy was short-lived because the Heat got hot in Games 2, 3, and 4 before completing the comeback in Game 6. However, the Heat would go on to lose to San Antonio in the finals. And with that, we've come to the end of our show and also our last episodes on Daily for this season.
I know. Oh my God, you said you weren't gonna cry. It's just so sad. I can't believe it as well. You know, time really flies. But you're still gonna be on my EG.
Yeah, so make sure you catch that. But well, it's just for now, Reem, you know, and I don't know why you're so down. You're gonna be on Football Countdown tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, it's my debut on that show. I'm quite nervous, so I don't know.
You'll kill it. Yeah.
Well, on top of that as well, we have the latest episode of Wishlist where Mark and I took over the biggest game in La Liga, El Clasico. That's happening on the 28th of May.
And until then, it's adios from us. Don't miss us too much.
Bye.
The Sudirman Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go. The 2017 Meiji Yasuda J1 League. Live on Astro Supersport and HD. The NBA playoffs on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go.